Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my Jay Bird. And this is Game 70 of Battle of the Boxes. Remember 1976 and in 1977, to bot 1750, no errors, no assistance, no help of any kind. I'm in white. This is Night Bird, Night Queen, and let's get down to it. Let's take you back to 1977 right now with D3, D5, G5. It looks like the bird on the run. D6, F3, E5, E3, my typical theory here. H6, back H4, G5, G3, C6, H3, G4, 90 over, D2, H5, takes G4, takes G4, in a knight's bird, castle, takes G4, B8, takes H5, takes H5, takes H5, F5, F4, C5, and then a knight's queen, C2, D4, B3, B6, takes E5, takes E3, C3, G7, castle, takes E5, takes E5, takes E5, E1, F4, G4, E7, B1, because I want this knight back here. I had to defend. I'm worried about all this in case anything goes down. Plus, I'd have the knight here. After B1, D5, takes D5, takes D5, F1, F6, C1, D7, H2, F3, and G5. If he takes, I could take his pawn, and his queen will be here, so he'll lose one of the pawns. And if he decides to push, I can take this other pawn. Everything, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. After G5, H8, H1, E2, I take F3. Well, what I seen was he's one move short. He's going to get back rank checkmate. Now, this knight would have been back here, would have been different, or a pawn push. After F3, takes H2, take H2. If he goes in for the queen, no good. Check. The only one that can stop, rook, check, and that's game. After H2 takes, H7, takes H7, F7, E2, get rid of that pawn real quick. D6, because he had to move back to stop checkmate. So he can't push the pawn. After D6, H8, C8, G6, A6, G7, A7, G8, D6, C3, B6, E4, F5, G6, D6, takes D6, takes D6, takes D6, A5, H5, B5, A3, B6, H6, C7, A6 takes B4, H7, D8, and that's game with the rocker. We're calling that move the rocker. No matter if it's pawns, rook and pawns, queen and rook, rook and rook, that's the rocker. That's what it's called. Bird on the run, or the bird. Into the knight's bird, take, sold my opportunity. Defend the pawn. First threaten the queen. Then take that pawn. Bring the other knight up because we're going to castle. Okay, you got that pawn. All right, we trade it down. trade it down, knock down his pieces. Got to fight back properly here. And like I said, he takes, he's going to lose that pawn. He's going to lose any chance of them pawns going in. I knew I had to double the file because either way I'm moving this bishop out one way or another. He moves. I take the bishop because now, the pawn. Because no matter what he does, whose move is it? If he takes that, well then it's check, and then he moves that, then it's mate. So he can't do that. So he takes, I take. He's still got to defend the back rank. He go get a queen, but now it's there again. It would be the same problem. He does it that way. Now I get rid of the pawn. It didn't matter. And I had this pass pawn. Seemed a little tight there. And this is 1750. And there you have it. Okay, thanks for stopping by, and we're going to have some more Battle of the Boxes.